This video hopefully will help you to take an absolute value solutions and change it into an equation or an inequality, whatever it may be. So again, let's go back to what does this absolute value equation really mean? In this case, I have the absolute value of x minus 3, and that's equal to 2. Remember that this really means the distance away from 0. So the distance from 0. I'm talking about the distance away from 0 for x minus 3. So when I'm looking at this on a number line, here's 0, here's 2, here's negative 2. These solutions, these dots here, these dots are for x minus 3. It's either there or it could be over there. If we want to solve for x, we have to add 3. So I'm going to add 3, add 3. So now I'm at 5 and 1. These are my solutions for x. You can see that the distance is still 2, but in this case, instead of being away from 0, we added 3 to our base numbers. We added 3 to our 0 as well. So now our new 0 is really this 3 number. And you can see 2 units this way, 2 units this way. That's my distance. That's my new 0. Okay, so I realize that that's not a very good picture, and I apologize. But let's move on and see how it relates. See if we can kind of tie these two ideas together. And this time I'm going to talk about it in a little different way than we have in class. In this case, my solutions are 8 and 2. So I'm going to draw my number line. Okay. Now, just like I did in this last one, just like I did here, I kind of found that new 0. That new 0 was the number 3. It was in the middle. And then we knew our distance was 2 that way and 2 that way. I'm going to do that on my new graph as well. What's halfway in between 2 and 8? Hopefully you know that halfway in between 2 and 8 is the number 5. Good. 5 is my new 0. This is my pretend 0. And we are looking for things that are 3 away. 3 away. So what that means is what I had to do in order to get here is I had to add 5. Which means in my absolute value equation, if I had to add 5 in order to solve it, my equation must be x minus 5. And my distance must be 3. Hopefully that makes some sense. In this case, if I were to graph this particular problem, I would know that my x minus 5 is 3 units away from 0. This is the x minus 5 part. Then we added 5 to get to 2, and we added 5 to get to 8, which were my solutions. Okay? Hopefully that makes a little more sense. So let's try that one more time. My solutions are 1 and negative 3. So here's 1, here's negative 3. I'm going to find my halfway point. To get there, I would have had to subtract 1, which means in my absolute value equation, I have x plus 1. If it helps, think about it in the reverse, right? Where am I starting? I'm starting at -1. I want to go back to 0, so plus 1. Plus 1. Okay? My distance here, 2, 2. My distance is 2. Easy enough? I hope so. Okay, but now there's those inequalities as well. So let's look at a problem that has an inequality. Solutions are more than 6 units from the number 2. Okay? So on my number line, there's 2. 6 units this way would take me to 8, and 6 units this way would take me to -4. In this case, I have that magic number in the middle. To go back, I would subtract 2, x minus 2. Or you could think about it like I did in the other problems. To get up here, I added 2. To solve my solution, I added 2, which means inside my inequality would be x minus 2. Because that adding of 2 is what solves that for x. Okay, and I want solutions that are more than 6 units, so I want this way, and I want this way. So in order to get those outliers, I need a greater than symbol, and my distance is 6. Remember, less than is what gives you that and situation. Okay, let's try another inequality. Solutions are x is less than -10 or x is greater than 2. I'm going to draw it so I know what I'm looking at. Okay, in this case, my solutions are up here or they're down here, which means I know I'm going to have a greater than. What's halfway in the middle of these two? Just like the problems above with the equations, we got to figure out where's our center. In this case, it's at -4. It is 6 units to get to here, and it is 6 units to get to here. Which means my distance is 6, and in my absolute value, it's x plus 4. Okay. Last example for this video. Solutions are within 3 units of -6. So, here's my number line. There's -6. Solutions are within 3 units, so I go 3 units this way, 3 units this way, and they are within that, which means we get right here. This is an and situation, so I know that it's going to be less than. My distance here is 3, so it's going to be less than 3. And inside my absolute value, it takes 6 to get back, so x plus 6.